This is the show for the stoners, for the cool cats, for the misfits. Welcome back to D.O.U.G Talks, everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to your new favorite podcast. I am your host, Dougie McDoubles, and today I have one of my greatest friends and admirations in the world on this podcast. I have the big, the great John Paul Samuel Wilson. My friend, it is an absolute fucking honor to have you on the podcast. We've tried 3 times throughout D.O.U.G Talks, and we've had you try to do our High Nerds for the last season of High Nerds, essentially. But it is an absolute fucking pleasure to have you here today, man. You're in the new set. You've seen it, yes, obviously, sir, with the comic book wall. Mm-hmm. But, John, it's so good to have you, man.
It's good to be here, man. I'm excited to do it.
I have missed you.
I miss you too, man.
It's so good to see you. You and I are the same type of people that are like, oh, John, yeah, he's off doing his own thing. I can see him in 6 months. And the second you and I hang out, we're like, hey, man, it's immediate. It picks off right where we leave off. We'll fill each other in about 4 minutes, and then it's just right back to normalcy. Yeah. I love it. How have you been?
I've been good. I mean, been multiple states traveling, but doing good.
So, first of all, how's the family? How's mom? Doing good?
She's doing a lot better. She's been in and out of hospitals, but she is picking herself up. I try to give her motivating talks to keep her mentality up on how life is and going.
Right.
So she's picking up on it a little bit. You can only go step by step. So. Okay,
I understand. Dude, it's so good to have you here, man. It's an absolute. I'll say it over and over. It's an absolute fucking honor to have you on the podcast. This season 2 is a bigger, better with better guests and better memories. And you and I have got plenty of fucking memories, man.
That is very true.
We won't talk about embarrassing ones because that's rude and we're adults now. But you and I have a lot of great memories together, truly. You and I have been kicked out of house parties. We have had plenty of parties themselves.
Yes, that is very true. In very small places.
In very, very small places. I remember one time we tried to... I was talking to someone in another, I live 3 hours away, and I would go see him on the weekends. And I remember 3 different weekends you guys tried to throw a party, and it didn't work out the way y'all had envisioned. Essentially, there was 8 people there. It wasn't really that great. And y'all were like, I was talking shit. I was like, man, y'all can't throw a party to save your life. And John's famous last words was like, oh, you think you can do better? Well, do it then. Throw one. And I remember looking at him, and I was like, all right, okay. And Cameron looked at me, and Cameron said, Doug, no, hang on. I said, no, John wants a party. We're going to throw a party. Fuck it. We had easily 65 people in this small-ass house. We had people upstairs in the studio working on music, beer pong in the living room and the kitchen and the dining room. We had Guitar Hero going. And then underneath in our basement, we had a boxing match. We were playing cards and drinking. Different levels of house had different levels of music. Mm-hmm. It was fucking crazy. And then beer bottles and glasses started to get broke. So it was just like, all right, we got to shut that down. But we ID'd people at the fucking door. We didn't fuck around. You're not going to ruin my time. Fuck COVID.
And we had a big old cigar for the people that was shaking IDs too, just to add that little flair to it.
Damn right. We had a big sign. It was like, you must be 18 years old. Yeah. We refuse anything less than greatness. Man, I'm trying to get over that you're on the podcast right now. I'm so fucking excited. You have been a titular character not only in... Just BB trying to get in the door. You have been a titular character in my life amongst sports, friendship, and superheroes. Superheroes mainly. You and I it's been a long time, my friend, but I remember how proud you and I used to be like, oh yeah, John and I haven't missed a premiere together in 9 movies and shit. And then we grown up. And then John grown up. And then John had a life. And John had more responsibilities. And then I did not have responsibilities. And I kept seeing movies and made it a living. And I want to give you your flowers, man. Because I wouldn't be where I am in the superhero sphere if it wasn't for you in this statement. Because truly, going to see Batman vs Superman and the Bad Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
It, like, you and I have seen so many good and bad movies together. I remember when you and I went to Texas together, and we took Dustin to go see.
Was it the original Avengers?
Either that one or the second one. I think
it might have been the second.
I think it might have been Age of Ultron.
Yeah.
But you and I had already seen it like twice prior to going down there. For the summer.
We're gonna see it regardless.
Yeah, of course. Because my was like, I'm not really. I haven't seen it yet. And we're like, fuck you, really? Let's go, dude. So I have to give you your flowers, man. If it's someone that I'll thank for being a part of my life musically, you are for damn sure someone that deserves the flowers of being here for all of the nerd culture that has sprouted essentially in my life and career. So thank you very, very much, man.
Oh, of course. Well, thank you for letting me be part of it, though.
Dude, it's an absolute fucking pleasure. You and I witnessed. I remember when you and I were together when they announced the fucking DC slate, like 12 years ago, when The Flash was supposed to come out in like 2016, and you and I were like, what? And then a decade later, I saw it with Ray, and on the podcast, I got very emotional about it. And after the podcast, Allison was like, what's going on? I was like, I remember where I was. I remember seeing all of the bad DC movies, the rewrites, the acting cast, or the recasting, the directors, all of it. And I was like, and I didn't get to go see it with John. And I broke, like, dude, I was sobbing. I was so proud that was like, fuck Aquaman, dude. Fuck Aquaman. That didn't mean shit to me. The Flash meant the most. And at the time, it was a 10 out of 10 movie based off of what I had to wait and endure.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's a bad fucking movie. We can agree. It's okay, guys. We understand. Ezra Miller's a bad person. The movie was not good. He put babies in the microwave. What the fuck? But truly, man, there's not a day that goes by that I'm not like, fuck, dude. I remember when John was there from the beginning. Fucking Henry Cavill, dude. You and I were waiting for the Batfleck movie.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, you and I had theories. Oh, dude, for hours.
There's so many theories that they didn't even go off of it. They could have, and it would have been great.
You and I used to get stoned and for hours just talk about our own DC slate, the acting, like what we do for this movie, how we go this way, how we can fix this scene. Man, truly, it started with you and I. And I want that to be perfectly clear as many times as I have to say it. Because, damn, man, what a run we had.
It was.
What a fucking run. It is a testament to who you are, to sticking with your friends and their beliefs, and just never changing, just staying with, just being yourself. And I truly applaud you, my friend.
Well, thank you.
Now, oh my goodness, I have you on the podcast, so I just want to know, have you been up to date with most current events of superheroes and that nature?
Not really. And kind of catching up on like the CW series.
Okay.
Typically they're on Netflix. I know that there is a Batwoman series that I have not seen, and I believe that is on
CW. It's just go on the app, on the CW app, and it's free.
Okay. But I think it's on like HBO or something.
Oh yes, yeah. DC.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So the Snyderverse is now on Netflix.
Okay.
Just so you know, every Snyderverse movie is on Netflix. The DC properties are still on HBO. Like Batwoman, something like that.
Because it started out with what's her face from Orange Is the New Black,
Ruby Rose.
Yeah, it started with her, and then they changed the Batwoman. I think like after the first season, because
it was bad. She had a horrible time.
Yeah, because they actually had her as one of the pillars on the Crisis with the Flash, Green Arrow, Supergirl.
Right. Yes.
Yeah, she was in that, and then right after that,
I think
recast.
I think she died in the show.
Okay.
Or she gave up the cowl and gave it to someone else, or like something like that.
That was quick then. Like that had to have been within the first couple of seasons. They were just
there was only 2 seasons
of the Batwoman.
Yeah, it's Ruby Rose and then the other woman. No, it was a bad series. It was like Gotham Knights. Don't watch Gotham Knights either.
Then I'm not worried about watching it then.
No. Just watch the crossover with the episode where they're in it.
Yeah.
Other than that, it's not worth the fucking watch. It's like someone saying, "Hey man, Gotham Knights was really good." I'd stab them. Don't fucking say that stuff. That's no. Gotham the show was bearable throughout. Very good interpretation of the Joker. Or I thought
how they started out and whatnot.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
A young Bruce, I enjoyed it. But
they put more of the detective side on there because it wasn't Bruce who was fighting all of them. It was what's
Gordon.
his face? Yeah, Gordon, and how he got to know all of these other people as they became these big bads later on. Whenever Batman is fighting them, from
Selena to Oswald to Jeremiah, every single person. What's your favorite CW show?
CW,
like CW superhero show, obviously.
Right.
Because there's Legends of Tomorrow, there's The Flash, The Arrow, Supergirl, Black Lightning.
Black Lightning was good.
Batwoman, and I think that's it.
I'll probably say like just personally because I've seen it so many times, and put it that way, like as a comfort one is probably The Flash.
Damn right.
But I will say whenever they were getting closer to the last couple seasons, it was very slow ball rolling.
Oh, it's very bad.
Yes, they're acting to how they changed the director, the camera angle of the show. It was not the same.
Right.
But I mean, I like the story, but the way they did it in the acting, it kind of became cheesy.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It became way less. They were the first, like, how many seasons are there? 8?
There's 9.
9, okay.
9 seasons.
Congratulations to Grant Gustin and all of the cast and the creator. Congratulations. We love the show. Mm-hmm. Both us growing up in poor households in the South, only having certain channels, even if you had actual cable. The CW put on slapper ass shows.
They really
and
did.
The first 4 seasons of most of those shows were fucking great.
Mm-hmm.
Riverdale, the first 4 seasons were so good, dude.
Yes.
I don't care what anyone says. Obviously, spoiler alert, it already ended, but it ends with finding out their senior year, Jughead, Veronica, Archie, and Betty were all in a fucking foursome couple.
I mean, that makes sense, the way they had played it later on and going back and forth.
But it's like, what?
Yeah.
I digress. But they put on great the originals, the Vampire Diaries. You know what I mean? Like, legacies. All great shows in their own right. Heart of Dixie, dude. It's a fucking...
I will say as well that I watched the originals before the Vampire Diaries because I did not know that they had correlated.
Yes.
And then when I found that out, I just binge watched Vampire Diaries, and it was phenomenal. I like how they compared and put people over and everything else.
They don't make shows like that on TV anymore.
No.
If they're making long-term seasons, it's on streaming. Like...
Mm-hmm.
Was it Sci-Fi? If it was, Sci-Fi can't make another Magicians.
Oh yeah, no, Magicians
on
is
TV.
Its own thing.
TV's 8-season TV shows are done on TV. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's done on regular television. I remember you and I being so fucking excited when this is before we attempted to even I wonder when Netflix is going to drop this. Before we could even Google and they were looking up YouTube and seeing what they're going to release. You and I were just randomly getting stoned one day, saw Netflix and just be like, holy fuck, new season, new episodes?
Yeah.
It was a whole different era of television and streaming where no one could have predicted where we're at now. TV back then was, holy fuck, dude. Tuesdays, can't wait for 6:30. Tuesdays, bro, that's gonna be great. Now it's on a Friday, Rachel will drop an episode, but it's I can get to it whenever. Now,
right.
It
It's
doesn't mean anything anymore, John. They're missing. Back in my day, you missed that shit, pussy.
You did, because you couldn't if you didn't have DVR or anything either, you had to wait as well.
You just hated your job because you had to work the night shift and you missed your 6:30, 7:30, and 8:30 shows before news. Mad as fuck because you're just this is fucking bullshit. Fuck yeah, dude. So The Flash is easily your favorite?
Yeah.
What is the worst one that you've seen?
The worst one? I'll probably have to say Supergirl, just because it was one of the last ones besides Batwoman. Mm-hmm. And they prolonged it, I feel because of the crossovers. But they could have stopped before they did and left it be.
Yeah. Oh, I'm so sorry. Superman and Lois. With Tyler Hoechlin as Superman. That's a great ass show. I truly apologize. I watched all of it. Rob, my old coworker from Hobby Lobby, was like, "Dude, this is great. They gradually get more and more impressive. Tyler Hoechlin's the perfect Superman. The way they bring Doomsday in, everything was comically put together, very well done.
Okay.
Oh, so good. But you're right. Supergirl was definitely a letdown, to say the least.
And before they put Black Lightning with everybody as well, like I'd watch it before they did any
before the crossover shit.
Yeah, it was just its own thing, and it was sick. It was awesome.
The guy who plays Black Lightning, he was the mayor in the show Heart of Dixie.
Oh, okay.
It's like a girl comes to a small town in the South, and she's like becomes like a doctor, and then that big guy, he's like, "You got a Southern drawl," and he's the mayor of this town and shit like that. So fucking good for him to play Black Lightning, just to do another CW show. It's like how certain Disney actors or certain actors will work with Disney on like a Marvel thing, and they'll do a voice acting thing for Star Wars, or they'll do like a certain thing for this because they know who worked on this off Disney. It saves a lot of money just knowing people that can do it certain ways. Yeah. And hot damn, dude, he was already a great black actor. Might as well make him a great black superhero. Fuck it, He was.
And he did the role really good too.
Yeah, and they didn't make bad black superheroes. Mr. Terrific was sick as fuck. Diggle became Green Lantern, but they never gave him the show because it got canceled. What it is, fuck you. So, with all of the DC shows finally ending, James Gunn has officially casted people. James Gunn and Peter Safran are taking over. We have a Superman. We officially have a Supergirl now. We have a Mr. Terrific. We have a Guy Gardner Green Lantern officially. We have Hawk Girl. We have Metamorpho. What character are you wanting to see in DC with James Gunn?
That's a hard one. There's a lot of characters.
Because he already greenlit a Green Lantern show with Jon Stewart and Hal Jordan. So that's separate. This is just for the people that they've casted are just for the Superman movie.
Oh jeez.
That's what they've already announced. It's like, yeah, these are going to be in the Superman movie because they already announced. This is the first start. This is the beginning of the Gods and Monsters chapter with James Gunn. So what?
Who have they recasted for Aquaman?
No one yet.
No one.
No, he's only casting for Superman right now.
Okay.
What character essentially would you like to see James Gunn bring to life?
I don't know. I haven't been keeping up with DC characters like I have Marvel recently. Like as far as like characters I want on the stage, on the screen. I don't know. I'm just kind of drawing a blank on it.
Okay. Let me think. He has.
Because I'm sure there's somebody. I just can't think of it.
Well, there's like Booster Gold, Green Lantern. Oh, I would love a Green Arrow. And would you want Stephen Amell to be the Green Lantern?
Is that the character's name from the CW show?
No, that's the actor's name.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's Stephen Amell is the.
No, I would say no because that would be too contradicting with the other casting and everything else. Because they would have to bring everybody.
Because if you're not going to fucking make
they could
Grant Gustin the Flash, you dickhead.
They could make a whole crossover or multiverse type thing as well in the DC universe where they do bring somebody else in.
If anyone's going to do that crossover and bring those actors back for a crossover clip or cameo, James Gunn's the motherfucker to do it.
Yeah.
He's the one that's like, Grant Gustin's not going to be our Flash, but like I'm doing like a real Flashpoint, and he's coming back for it. And people are like, what? He goes, yeah, we've already agreed. He's not that Flash, but he's their Flash.
Yeah.
But he can come in. We like him. He's doing Elseworld project, or he's allowing certain things to be Elseworlds. Doom Patrol, Robert Pattinson's Batman, Joaquin Phoenix's Joker, and the sequel, Adieu, with Lady Gaga as Harley Quinn.
Okay.
The Untitled Black Superman movie that is still apparently they're working on.
Okay.
But yeah, I would love that. I would love Green Arrow to be brought into the DC universe.
Oh yeah, they haven't really brought him in besides just the series.
Yeah.
There hasn't been a whole lot of Green Arrow before then. Like besides the comics and the cartoons and whatnot. So
or Robin.
Yeah,
Or Nightwing essentially would be sick.
If they had all of the Robins, that would be
so
awesome.
The movie that they're gonna, so Batman was already obviously announced. They're making, so it's Superman, Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. There's a Lantern show, which is like True Detective, but in space. And you're like, oh fuck.
Okay.
They're doing a Swamp Thing horror movie.
I think I saw something about that.
The Authority, which is like a fucked up version of the Justice League, kind of, where they just murder people to get it done. They're doing Batman Brave and the Bold with Damian Wayne as Robin. Because that's how it is in the comics, is when he's like fucking maybe as high as this table, and he's brought from the League of Assassins, essentially. He's like, here's your son, he's a murderer, and you're like, what? And he just tries to kill Bruce, and he doesn't like the other Robins because Jason, I don't believe is around yet, but Tim Drake is there, and Batgirl is there, and Nightwing. It's not Robin, it's Nightwing. So like, James Gunn's a motherfucker to do something cool. I think that would be really, really great. Another one would
That'd be exciting.
Oh, dude. A Teen Titan movie would be great. Bringing in the actual Titans or Static Shock. Live action Static Shock would be fucking incredible.
Yeah, we haven't seen Static Shock in like forever.
2 decades almost.
Yeah.
We're 20. Yes, probably since I want to say 98, maybe 99, something like that. Yeah. So fucking that would be absolutely phenomenal. What?
Probably Static Shock would probably be the one I would probably want to bring to the screen. Yeah, like since it's been so long, and like he was just a good character in general. So
June 11th, 2025 is the release date. There it was. Excuse me. Is the new release date for Superman Legacy?
Okay.
With James Gunn, they're already working. He already has Lois Lane. Nicholas Hoult is Lex Luthor. The dude from X-Men as Beast.
Okay.
Who's also in Warm Bodies as a zombie, shit like, yeah, he's Lex Luthor.
Oh, that's awesome.
Jesse Eisenberg had one thing to say about that, and he said, "Don't watch me." Yeah, even Eisenberg's like, I can't believe y'all let me do this. I was the whole time bald cap. I was like, for real, y'all gonna let me do it? All right. So shout out to him. Even he was like, fuck, dude.
Awesome.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, so that's very, very. They hired a dude to play Jimmy Olsen, dude, the Clark's photographer best friend.
Really?
That's how intricate they're getting with the Daily Planet.
Okay,
it's gonna be so fucking good.
That's kind of what they did with Supergirl, bringing on the intricate, people.
So that being said, you had said essentially that you have more on the Marvel side of things, what you would like to see. What are you trying to see, my friend?
Well, I mean, you know who I want to see. And they had cast the person, but he is no longer going to be it.
Yes. Stephen Ewan as the Sentry. Yeah. Yes, indeed. He backed out to do a rom-com, and apparently he did not enjoy the script that was made. Oof. That's rough, buddy. Man, apparently they're all...
you would have been in the role for a while, just saying.
Yeah, exactly. And he probably was... At this point, dude, Marvel's all over the place. There's no way we're going to have Secret Wars and shit like that in 2 years. There's no fucking way. The things that have to line up together. Spider-Man 4, Deadpool 3.
And they just finished filming.
Yeah, they just finished filming, so the trailer will realistically come out on Valentine's Day. Or no, during the Super Bowl on the 11th of February. Let's see, Doctor Strange 2, Across the Spider-Verse, the animated series movie.
You say Doctor Strange 2? I thought that was
number 3. I'm sorry,
okay.
Number 3. They would have to. Where the fuck is Thor at?
Yeah.
Moon Knight's in this, but also like what's going on with Nick Fury and the Skrulls? Where's Captain Marvel? Where's Miss Marvel? Where's Photon, who just left in the Marvels? But what happens? Why is the X-Men over there? What's that have to do with it? There's so many fucking things they have to correlate,
bring together,
dude. That's it. You want to take care of Secret Wars, fam? Nah, you're unraveling things.
They're trying to get too big
Too big, too fast.
Yeah, and they should be taking things step by step, and they're not.
Their issue essentially is they were like, you know what, we'll start a whole new phase. Yeah, but like, great, start a whole new phase, introduce new characters, but you can't. They have to make sense. You have to give them like another movie.
Yeah,
they have to get a season 2 and a sequel, and then do your big crossover.
You can't just like forget about everybody.
Where's their season 2s? Where's She-Hulk season 2 isn't getting anything. No fucking way. They addressed it. They're probably gonna get a Hulk movie because they brought in, apparently Hulk has a son now, and he's like, what the fuck? How is that gonna work with the Young Avengers at the end of the Marvels? Kamala Khan, who is Miss Marvel, she's recruiting Kate Bishop as like a Young Avengers project. Well, what the fuck is that gonna do for Secret Wars now? Now you gotta do Young Avengers? Well, also Tommy and fucking Timmy, Tommy and Chucky, fucking the two sons from Wanda, Wiccan and Speed. They're supposed to be around in the Young Avengers. Where the fuck are they at? Where's Iron Lad, who's supposed to be Henry from the dude from the third movie? Well, he's already fucking 28, 27 now. Kid's old as shit.
Yeah.
What are you going to do? How are you going to work things together? You have Ironheart that from Black Panther that didn't work out. You're apparently supposed to have a series for that. Whereas Armor Wars, there's like 45 projects just to get to Secret Wars. And with Jonathan Majors being cut as Kang the Conqueror for pleading guilty.
They did find a new person for him.
We're working on it. They're working on it. I said we. They're working on it right now. It's supposed to be the dude from either Euphoria or another dude.
That's what I saw.
Or the dude from Tenet. And the creator. Can't think of his name. Handsome black man with a beard. He was in a Netflix movie with Zendaya. Very good as well. Can't think of his name, and it's going to bother the fuck out of me.
That's kind of funny because Zendaya would have been with all three of these actors in something.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Nuts. Yeah, I think...
I looking at the dude from the Euphoria, I haven't seen Euphoria, but I saw the guy who played him there.
Great.
And he looks close enough to, what's his face?
Jonathan Majors.
Yeah, he looks close enough to him that they wouldn't have to change too much. That you can't redo the old movies that, that he's already in, with Loki and the Quantum Verse with Ant-Man whenever he was in there, because that was their person for that timeline and period, because he said you're going to see me throughout history, and I'm not as nice with those other people, so he's the closest one. Like, he looks pretty similar to the guy, so they wouldn't have to do too much.
Okay, buddy. So I want to talk about a few things before we get into the end of our episode. You and I have had a lot of history together. A lot of history. I want to ask you some questions that you might not be comfortable with. You might be comfortable with.
Well, let's see.
We's going to find out.
I'll tell you yes or no.
Yeah. What is one teacher, if you had the opportunity, that you would fight? Just bare knuckle boxing, just fucking.
I say this for the comedy bit. Mr. Douglas.
Oh, dude, Mr. Douglas would smoke.
Oh, I know.
He'd shoot you.
I know. I wouldn't get close.
Yeah, dude. But he'd go to shake your hand.
Yeah.
He'd fucking pop. He'd uppercut you and just.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That would be the one.
Mr. Douglas, that's a solid one. I respect the fuck out of that. That's good, man. Even better, who is one teacher, if you had to given the opportunity, that you would bang?
Probably not.
Probably Mr. Douglas. Just for the sake of the story. He serenaded the fuck out of me, dude.
I had a love-hate relationship with that man.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
We fight. It is what it is. Okay. This is obviously every guy has a story of the worst time, and I want to know, what is the worst time you were rocked up in school?
Probably in gym sports class.
Gym, yeah, dude.
It was probably like just right after the
playing basketball, the shorts rubbing up against. I understand.
Well, just right after the locker room, I got changed and everything. I put my spandex on. I still do that to this day. Like if I'm gonna go to work and I'm up and moving, I like to have compression.
I understand.
Yeah, and probably just right after, because your shorts aren't they're super thin.
100%.
But you just gotta tuck it.
I understand.
Tuck it and go.
Yeah. You tuck down or tuck up?
Up.
Attaboy. Smart man. Smart.
Yeah, I can't do that.
Even better question right now. How do you wipe?
What do you mean?
Say you're taking a shit. Which way do you go? How do you go in to wipe your ass? This is a genuine question.
I mean, I don't go towards my balls.
No, you don't go in, right?
No, I go from the back.
Okay.
But up.
You would be very surprised how many people have told me they go in and wiped.
Why?
I don't know, John. It bothers me to this. Dude,
Like, that makes so much more sense to go to the side and then go back. Like, you're getting it out of the way, like, less cleanup. Like,
do you look?
In what sense?
Do you look at the poop?
No.
Why not?
I'd go until I know I'm good.
Like, that's what I mean. Like, do you look, like, this check if you're done?
No. Because you can tell.
What? You don't look at the toilet after like 6 wipes and be like, oh, no poop, okay, good. And then you're done?
Well, like, if you're rubbing raw down there, dude, like...
I understand that. You're not taking a peek to even check. You're just going based off your own body.
Yeah, you should know. And I guess in my general case, I know.
I understand. Because for the record, ladies and gentlemen, John will get high as shit and leave his clothes in the washer. Okay?
Used to, correct.
But a very hygienic man. I don't want that to sound like I'm roasting John for being stinky, because I know he's not. Because I'll be the first one to announce, like, John's a clean boy. All right, John's got two kinds of toothpaste, fucking aftershave, mouthwash. The boy's that's a clean man. All right, but you're the first person ever. Here you go. Ah, kitty, go. But you were the first person ever to tell me, nah, dude, I know my body. That's the most gangster shit I've ever heard in my life. I gotta look to know, man. It's not that I don't trust my body or I don't know my body. It's, what if I'm wrong, John?
Then take a shower, dog. You'll find out.
Do you poop in public?
I mean, I work and count inventory for Walmart, so I do in that sense, but I don't necessarily like using a porta potty. Like, if we're out and about, or like at a fair, or
say you and your wife. Congratulations, John, for being married. It's very exciting. Hi,
yes,
you're doing very, very well. Say you're at the movies, right? Okay. Right before you go in, before the previews and shit, and you're like, "Ooh, my stomach hurts for a second. Hang on a second. Let me go get this out." Are you gonna go? Do you attempt to poop at the theater?
If I'm feeling it, yeah.
Okay.
You're not nervous. I typically wait because, like, if I'm in the theater, unless I cannot hold my peeing in anymore, I'll try to go. But I'm trying to sit there and watch the movie.
Right. I mean, before the movie starts, stuff like that.
I typically try to go
before
I go to the theater.
Right.
Like, wherever I'm at. Like, say we're even over here and before going or anything else.
I've had a lot of people tell me, like, no, dude, I don't poop in public. Like,
I know a few people.
Yeah, dude,
like, just not at all.
He's like, you just be uncomfortable and miserable all day. And I can't. The second you complain about it, I'm like, go fuck yourself.
Yep.
How dare you? You should be ashamed.
100%.
There's nothing to be ashamed of in that situation. But now I have to hear you complain for something that you can just take care of. And now you have made me listen to this. And I have to either endure it, say, oh, I'm sorry, and then you continue to complain. No.
Are you afraid of someone hearing your farts? Or
I'm very passionate about this shit, dude. I hate when someone complains about something they just don't want to fix because they're nervous. I'm just like, well, I don't want to hear it, and then I'm a bad guy. I'm like, fuck, dude. I just don't want to hear you fucking complain on something you can fix. Yeah. Let me use logic to help you.
I'll put it like, I'm not afraid to go in public to a public restroom.
Right.
But if someone is beside me taking a very loud shit, and I'm also, I'm gonna try to make myself louder. Just because.
I respect it.
It's a competition at that point.
Yeah.
You made it personal.
100%. Say...
Because if I'm going to have to smell your shit, you're smelling mine.
Okay, so that being said, I think I know your question, or your answer to this question. Are you doing a courtesy flush if you're in there by yourself?
If I'm at someone's place, yes.
At someone's house?
Yes.
Okay, I respect that then. That's a more logical... instance to do a courtesy flush. Yeah, that makes sense.
I do have a little secret. If I am working and I don't get a nicotine break, I will do a few courtesy flushes.
Oh, so you can.
Yep.
Oh, I respect that.
And in Walmart, you can hold it down as long as you want.
Oh yeah.
So,
it's perfect. Okay, I have.
And if any people at work actually see this or that works at the same company, I'm sure you've done it yourself a time or two. So, I'm not too ashamed of it.
You and I have had, I wouldn't say run-ins with actual bully. Let's be honest, we both had run-ins with bullies.
Oh, yeah. No.
I'm gonna fuck you, fuck it.
I wasn't always tall.
They're all pieces of shit or fucking divorced or dead now, so they can suck my dick.
They kept that mentality.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, good. Life fucking bullied you. Anyway, there's nothing worse in my heart that I personally feel than this happening to you. And I want to know, have you ever been, and is there a worse feeling ever than being pantsed?
I don't know. I have been pantsed where it has been completely.
Yeah,
before.
that's what. Yeah. Is there anything worse than that immediate feeling in life?
Besides maybe besides my fear of heights.
Yeah.
Okay.
Would you rather be pantsed publicly or be high up?
I don't know.
That's what I'm saying.
It's
one of those things you're like.
As if my underwear's still on, cool. And in that sense, I'm not trying to go show my ass or anything else to anybody else. Even if it's on accident, little kid coming by, pants, you think it's funny, or just in a sense like that, or anything. So, no, I prefer not to be pants, just in general.
I was pantsed in the 7th grade in front of the senior high girls team at an opposing school. And I was like, I think this is the last day that I'm around. I think that's it. How do I show? What happens now? Do I just, I just bury myself, right? That's it. There's no more school for Doug. That's it, right? And like, no, you got to go to school the next day. I was like, oh, that's a real thing. Oh,
okay.
Oh, life is wrong. Oh, life is not sunshine and rainbows. It's actually just storm clouds and people pantsing you in front of pretty ladies. Oh,
and it's okay.
Yeah.
Nothing happened. Nothing happened to them.
Yeah.
It was just me.
Truth be told, John, I banged like 4 of them.
Yeah.
Right.
That's how it goes.
You know what I mean? The life always balances it out. You know what I mean? It's just like...
Because I had a similar whenever, I think it was probably same year, because if you were 7th, I was like 8th grade whenever mine happened, and I was also standing in front of girls, and I just fucking ran. I was gone.
I've been pants at a pool before.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. I've been pants mid-jump on the diving board.
Hell no.
Like, caught me wearing basketball shorts. That's the wrong thing. That's on... Logically, no, basketball shorts, no drawstring, bad on Doug.
Right.
Understandable. However, that boy caught me mid-jump, and I remember...
He just had to hold his hands there.
He had to hold his hands there, and it was like a fucking cartoon, John. My legs just went out of the shorts. He held like this. If people looked around, he was just still doing this, and I was already cannonballed up, tucking myself, just butt-ass naked, diving into a pool, and everyone just starts fucking laughing. Oh, God. Therapy. Anyway, there's nothing in my eyes. There's nothing worse than being pants. That hurts your heart. You'll think about that for the rest of your life. And if the purge was allowed, I know the addresses. Don't you? Don't worry. I know exactly where you motherfuckers stay.
He has his own little death book.
Yeah, and someone's like, "Well, I wonder what he's up to."
Death note.
Yeah, and he's like, "I wonder what he's up to." He's like, "Oh, he's married 2 kids out in Albuquerque. I know exactly what that piece of shit's up to. Don't you worry." All right. So he works at a Whole Foods. Don't you worry. Now, first of all, man,
I know his work schedule.
Don't worry. He's off on Wednesdays. Thank you so much for being here, my friend. Before you go, I have a couple of fan questions I wanted to ask you.
Okay.
And I want you to answer as truthfully as possible.
Always.
What are the worst sports fans?
Worst sports fans? Fucking Bama fans, dude.
Goddamn right. Goddamn right. If you could listen to one album forever.
For the Tide.
Roll Tide! If you could listen to one album forever, what would it be?
Ooh, album. You're asking me names again. I'd have to look it up. Like legit. You ask me name questions, dog.
I know. Okay. Who is your go-to Mario Kart character?
Probably Waluigi.
I respect that. That's a solid.
You see my mustache.
That's
right?
an original answer. I will give you props for that. That's my dog. Nas or Jay-Z?
Probably Jay-Z.
Respect. I'll give it to you. What is the best Disney show?
And just in
your opinion, what's the best Disney show?
One of the
That's hard.
Yeah,
because I know you know the names of them. You just don't know actors and shit.
Yeah,
song names. But you know the shows.
I will say one of my favorite ones. I haven't watched it multiple times, but I just watched it, the one time through whenever it came out. Was probably Moon Knight with that guy's acting and his
Oscar Isaac,
with him having multiple personalities, and he goes back and forth really well with that and how they portray the hero and everything else.
Absolutely, it's easily top 3 Disney Plus show ever. Okay, who is the best Power Ranger?
Well, the best Power Ranger will probably have to be Tommy. He played multiple colors.
Of course. What's your favorite color?
Red.
Respect.
Hey, it's always red.
John has Red Ranger energy, and I respect it. What is the best song to smoke to?
High Right Now, featuring Wiz Khalifa.
Ooh, fucking perfect song. What's the best superhero movie?
Superhero movie? That's tough, dude.
Black Adam's a good one.
That was a good one. That's probably one of the better ones recently.
Okay.
But just favorite overall, probably I'll just have to go with one of the originals that I kind of got started on was the original Superman whenever he actually dropped out of the pod and grew up and stuff like that. It was the older one. That was probably one of my favorites growing up.
Fuck yes. John, thank you so much for being here, man.
Of course.
It's an absolute fucking pleasure to have you on the podcast.
I've been trying to get here, so.
Yeah. Over the course of our friendship, man, you have not only made me a better person, but a better friend. I truly appreciate everything you've ever done for me, man. You are the best. You are a great person, a great husband, and a great dad. I want you to know that from the bottom of my heart, man to man. Thank you so much for being on the podcast, man. It is an absolute pleasure. Ladies and gentlemen, please hug all of your loved ones, drink plenty of water, and please remember, in James Gunn we trust, and we will have better Superman movies coming out soon. Damn right. I'm Doug. He's John. Thank you for watching Doug Talks. Please be safe.